Hello, everyone. We'll just we'll make a start in a second. Just wait for everyone to come into the room. Okay, I think that's enough of everyone in. I'd say that the numbers keep going up and up and up. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great British Entrepreneur Awards finalist announcement for the Small Business and Startup Entrepreneur of the Year categories in partnership with Funding Options. It's been a record-breaking year for us at the Great British Entrepreneur Awards in 2021. We've had over 4,800 applications. So we say it every year, but it really is. It's never been truer to say that it's a massive achievement to be shortlisted, and especially in these two categories, which are often our most entered. So before we begin, we're joined today by Tom Walker, co-founder of Holy Moly Dips, who won the startup category in 2018 for the Midlands, and then the food and drink category in 2019, and was announced earlier today as a finalist again for the Midlands this year. So congratulations, Tom. He's going to be telling us a bit about his entrepreneurial journey and what the awards have done for him and the business over the past couple of years. We're relatively tight on time, but if you do have any questions, please leave it in the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll do our best to put them to Tom. But that's all from me for now, so I'll pass over to Tom Parsons from our Funding Options, from our partners, Funding Options.
Thanks, John. Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you, Tom. Just a quick intro from me. So as John said, I'm Tom Parsons. I'm the head of front-end engineering at Funding Options, which basically means I look after the website and other fancy things like that, making sure that everything's working. And we are a small business that helps other small businesses, I suppose is the best way of describing it, across the UK and Netherlands, helping people to get finance and help them plan, trade and grow with confidence. And we've raised around £500 million for over 10,000 businesses over the last number of years. And we've recently launched a load of new features as well to continue improving that. I believe at the moment our record for funding for a business is around 20 seconds. So I like to say I've taken a small part of that, but obviously it's a massive team effort. But with all that said and done, I'd like to introduce you to Tom Walker. Hi, Tom. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
I'm very excited to meet you. I'm a big fan of your products. I have tried one or two of the Holy Moly dips. I love a bit of guacamole, so it's really quite a pleasure to meet you. But for other people who might not know so much about your business, could you tell us about your business, where you came from, what you do?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And thanks for having me today. The Great British Entrepreneur Awards have been a big part of our journey, actually, right from the beginning. So it's a pleasure to be here. So we are Holy Moly. We produce a range of natural, innovative dips. So guacamole is our hero product. We launched 4 years ago, and the business literally came out of an argument between me and my best mate about who makes the best homemade guacamole. And we kind of, after disagreeing about the role of coriander, kind of realized that there's a product, but a whole category in the supermarket where it's all own label. The options just don't taste like homemade. And we thought, how hard could it be to produce our own? So it turns out it was quite hard. We ended up in rural Mexico on an avocado orchard, developing recipes for a guacamole. We found this amazing technology that meant we could make a much better product. And 4 years later, we've now sold 4 million pots. We've just finished our last financial year on 3.2 million revenue, and now have customers like Waitrose, Ocado, Tesco, and Sainsbury's. So it's been quite a journey.
That is wild, and I have lots of guacamole related questions, but I have been told we're short on time, so I'll try and hold those, but I'm sure if anyone has them, they'll put them in the Q&A, i.e. what's to do with the pips, or the stones, I should say, probably. But instead, I'm going to ask you about your funding journey. You said you've been going for 4 years now, which is an incredibly great figure, and to keep a small business going for 4 years is obviously fantastic. How have you managed to get from there to here, and what has your funding journey been like?
So we've taken and explored quite a few options in terms of funding. So when the business began, I think probably like a lot of startups, we raided savings. I scraped money off a credit card. Gal's my co-founder, borrowed money off his wife. An inherent challenge with our product was that we had to, we were producing in Mexico, so we had to buy a lot of stock, like £100,000 worth of stock just to get going, which meant that we had to start by raising cash to start trading. So as well as kind of scraping credit cards, we did a fundraise, so we were able to find a couple of angel investors, which is great. What we found actually is when you start looking at your own network and thinking about who do you know that might be interested in taking a leap of faith and backing your business, we were surprised actually about how many people in our extended network might be up for that. So we were able to raise enough cash, get a couple of angel investors, some family and friends to get going. Along the way, and as we grew, the need for cash grew, and we did a second fundraise for $250,000, which was probably in year 2. Again, it was network, it was talking to people and building a network and being open to conversations that allowed us to find another angel investor that joined us then, and we just closed a third fundraise, which is at year 4. For a couple of £1 million. So it's for us, this is now trying to go from startup to scale up and build on everything that we've done so far with this extra support. But there's been a whole range of options also outside of equity that we've used along the way, from invoice financing to re-looking at our contracts with our suppliers and trying to get credit. So there's been a whole wealth of opportunities in terms of getting support and cash.
Absolutely, it can be such a difficult route to navigate, especially when you're trying to deal with stock and control like that, and the cash up front for all this sort of stuff. It's a very interesting subject, and of course can't go forward without saying congratulations on your raise. That is a milestone. Fantastic news.
For us, it's like a watershed moment. This is our time to fly now, hopefully.
Well, all the best. Do you think that there has been a better time, or could there have been a better time where it's set up better for startups and small businesses than now, given the way that we're set up digitally and things like that, and the impact that's had over the last few years, amongst other things as well? It feels like now is a really great time for small businesses and startups. What do you think might have contributed to that, and do you think that is actually even true?
So I think it is a really good time to be a startup. It's obviously been a really difficult time for everybody, but also a lot of businesses over the last 18 months, and it's been devastating for a lot of businesses. I think actually those that have done the best are startups, entrepreneurs, those that have been agile and been able to pivot and be able to see opportunities in such a difficult time. So I think despite the last 18 months, and I think actually this is a perfect setting now for startups, small businesses, to see those opportunities. Even from a funding perspective, what we found is there's a lot of money out there at the moment. There's a lot of people keen to back small businesses to take these opportunities to, to me, it feels like a great time. And, like you say, with the support out there, with where we are in the digital economy, it's, I'm thrilled to be an entrepreneur at the moment. And I would encourage everyone that's got that idea to press on it.
Me too. I want to second that, because it does feel like I've seen a real kind of rise in entrepreneurialism over the last 18 months. And it's been something that I've fondly watched from afar. And I'm so glad that Great British Entrepreneurial Awards are around to kind of back that sort of thing and that attitude and mentality. And on that note, what has winning the Great British Entrepreneurial Awards done for you personally, but also your business as well?
I'm really proud to have been involved in a couple of awards to date, and to be shortlisted again this year. You know, it just makes it's not just kind of the pat on the back, which it's when you're in the thick of it every day. It's very easy to kind of feel the lows, but not to kind of see and recognize the highs. And so, you know, getting that that pat on the back and be able to kind of take your head out of it for a minute it's invaluable. You know, along the way, we've met some incredible people. We've been able to build on that network that we've relied on so much in the past for our fundraising. So it's, yeah, we're super proud. We've met some brilliant people and are thrilled to continue to be involved in the awards.
Absolutely fantastic. And once again, good luck with this year's awards, of which were shortlisted for is it a third time that you'll be up for a third prize? That's absolutely incredible. And thank you so much for your time, Tom. Lovely to talk to you. And one day I'll be able to pick your brains about stones and things like that. I'm sure you've probably got a lot of answers. But in the meantime, I'm going to pass you back to Jonathan because we have a video to show. And thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. And yeah, just to echo what Tom Parsons was saying there, Tom Walker, absolutely fantastic journey, and it's a real privilege to have you part of the community. And yeah, now it's the time that we've all been waiting for. It's the time to reveal the finalists for this year in small business and startup categories. there we have it, the shortlist for the Small Business and Startup Entrepreneur of the Year categories for 2021. Congratulations to each and every single one of you who have made the shortlist. I think I said at the start, it really is an absolutely massive achievement just to get to the shortlist with how many entries we receive, and more importantly, the quality of those entries as well. You will be receiving an email from one of the team sometime this afternoon, which will have a bit more information about the next steps and so on. Tom, thank you so much for taking the time to share your journey with us today. And I think we've lost Tom from Funding Options, but I'll thank him and Funding Options for their continued support anyway. But that's all that we've got time for this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day and congratulations again.